Alright, welcome back. Today we're going to do input classes. Input classes are basically the most important way for you as the player to communicate with the game slash application itself. So me pressing, let's say, X will communicate what to do inside. So the computer will realize I pressed X. Or if I press W, I press W and all that. Now it's a complete different class and it has its own functions. You can go read it on this page, but let's just do the easy one. So before I start, I'm just gonna add this one line. It's Unigine console set on screen equals true. This will make the debug be above everything else so we can see it moving in runtime. And what we're gonna do first is we'll just add a simple if statement. So if this is true, do this. Now for this one, we're gonna do a simple, let's see. We'll say if I press U or X. Let's do X. If I press X, just write I pressed X. So let's just go to Unigine and go to the input class, and then we say is, and we have 6 options. We have down pressed up with the key and down pressed up with the mouse button. The key is your keyboard and mouse button is your mouse button. Simple enough. The down part for both of them means that you pressed it once. Pressed means you held it on, and up means you left it. Alright? So let's just do down. Let's say I just wanted to detect when I press it once. So we just go back to the same class, and now we find its enum. So it's key, I said X, so we're gonna do X. So now it says if I press X, I want you to do something. So let's just go Unigine log message and just say X pressed. Alright, so that's one of them. Let's just copy and paste this a few times. And for this one, let's do this one. Let's do this one, a C, and this one a V. X, C, and V. And then for this, let's change it to is key pressed. And for this one, is key up. Alright, and now we just add a little /n so it doesn't just pollute the whole line itself and just keeps making new lines. And let's run it. So now every time I hold it, it doesn't work, but when I press it, it works. Now for the C, as I'm holding it, it's detecting that I pressed it. But for X, you have to click on it, while C, you can just hold it. Now for V, it doesn't even detect at all unless I remove it. So once the key is removed, then it detects it. So that's for keyboard inputs. What about mouse? Let's just write the same thing, just paste it again, and this time let's do mouse button down. We'll just do down. Input that, and then we do mouse button left. So that's the left key, and then we just say LMS pressed. Left mouse, okay, LMK actually, pressed. And now we run it, and every time we press, it will show you that you pressed it. So that's our basic input commanding systems. So now we actually have something that we can communicate with the computer. So every time you press one of these buttons that you code, it's gonna tell the computer, hey, I pressed this, and now we go from there. You have the ability to make this a singleton, or you have the ability to make it as a manager in one, let's say, empty node over here, a node dummy. Let's just do it right now. It'll be even easier to do. Let's call it input manager, and then we'll remove it from this guy and we'll just add it here. So now I got this guy here that's gonna be my whole input manager, and the whole game will now call from here and check it from here. So that was the basics of input systems. Next episode, meaning tomorrow, I'm gonna make a physics slash normal translated based controller, and we're gonna use the same input system. I wanted to make it in one, but it took too long, so this small one's a pretty simple enough for you guys to do. Alright, if that's all, I guess, yeah, that's all. I'll see you again tomorrow. Alright, good night.